Peter.
Yeah, it was a good win. Look, we were kind of hurting a bit. After last week we put up a good performance against Dublin, and we felt maybe another day could have won it. Lads were chomping at the bit to try and get back here again today. We got early scores, got early goals, and I suppose, look, in fairness, it maybe knocked a bit of confidence out of Limerick, who hadn't won any match so far. So we kind of stressed that before the game, if we could get in there early and get a few scores, and we got the goals, and ultimately then that was a big cushion, and we played with a lot more freedom then and not under pressure. And look, it was just one of those days that a lot went right. I think last week against Dublin we had 7 goal chances, we only took 2, and I think we got most of those there today, and that was ultimately the big difference.
About 9 or 10 goal chances, I think, today.
Was it? Yeah.
A couple off the crossbar and the disallowed goal as well. So,
yeah. Is
that something you're working on and focusing on this year?
I suppose it is, but I don't know. Every match we came out of so far, we've been ruining the goal chances we've missed. So we just probably created more today and scored more. But yeah, look, it's a thing we have been working on during the week, and luckily enough, a few of them came off today, but they were good goals in fairness when the lads got in there, give the goalie no chance, and that's the way it turned out today.
It'll do your scoring difference no harm either, in what could be a very tight division.
Yeah, look, we'll see. I suppose the most important thing is to get points. We just have 4 now, and we've 3 right hard games coming out. We'll continue this now next week, see what Cleary did last night, and then we've Loud, went to meet today and won, and we've Derry. So, it'll be 3 right tough games, and this next week now will be the 3rd week in a row. But we have a couple of injuries after today, but that's where the panel comes in, and as I said, we're looking no further now than in this next Sunday, be up and take you on Clare. We're a very, very good side, and I know the lads have been stressing, like they found it very hard against them all over the year, so I'm sure next Sunday will be no different.
Is this a game where you take what learnings you can you take too much learnings from it, given that it was really over once the second goal kind of went in?
Absolutely, like the bottom line, there was only 2 points still, on offer here today. We got the 2 points. Performance was probably a bonus on top of that, and hopefully that will give us confidence going forward into next Sunday. But look, the very fact I said we got off to a start that changed the complexion of the game completely, and it didn't allow Limerick to get a foothold in the game. And if we didn't get those scores, they would have probably hung on for a bit longer, and you don't play with as much freedom when if it's nipping tuck or whatever. And the scores went over in the end there when we were 12 or 14 points up, and they'd fly over all day. Maybe if the game was level, that they mightn't be as easily come. So that gave us the cushion that we got ahead today. Look, if it comes down to scoring difference, we're probably in a healthy position. But look, the most important thing we've got to do in the next few weeks is get points on the board.
John, just on the division itself, you're up to 3rd now. Lose next weekend, you could be back down near the relegation zone. It really is on a knife edge.
It is, yeah. A lot of people would have expected Dublin to win handy last night. Very few people would have expected Loud to go to Navan today and win. You know what I mean? So the games are even. Clare were fierce and lucky against Dublin, fierce and lucky against Kildare. So the games are, we could have beaten Dublin. Meath came here and won and lost at home to Loud. So it's very topsy-turvy, and should probably go down to the last minute of the last day. So all we can focus now is next Sunday above and in this, and that's what we're going to do.
On today, Brian Driscoll starting off with injuries.
Yeah, he nicked the hamstring.
Right.
So presume he's gone for next week anyway. So yeah, it does. But we're not sure now to be able to look at it. Yeah.
Brian Hurley, was that just precautionary or that?
A shoulder.
Okay.
Yeah, a problem with the shoulder, but we again, if it needed, he could have probably played on. You know what I mean? Probably precaution. Yeah.
And just any further indication on Cahill on severity of that? Any idea?
Cahill is seeing a specialist this week. It's probably looking like surgery, but that hasn't been confirmed yet until he gets to see the surgery, or see the specialist. So I think we'll know definitely during the week. So there's no point in saying, but he's gone for the rest of the league anyway. Definitely,
Just finally for me, Chris O'Jones. He wasn't among the goal scorers today, but was probably one of your best performances at 6 points from play. He's really been showing well this spring, and you've given him a chance.
Absolutely, yeah. Chris was in our thoughts as well last year, but unfortunately got injured early in the time. And Chris previously was a very, very good under-20 player and now standing club player with Cleary there when they won the county. 2 years ago, and he came straight into our panel, but he was dogged with injuries last year. But in fairness, he put in a huge pre-season, and he's come back there chomping at the bit, ready to go, and he's been given a chance, and so far he's done very well.
Were you surprised at the amount of space that you were afforded, particularly in the first half, and I suppose then to capitalise on it and get 4-9 from play before half time was impressive?
I suppose you are like Parky Key was a very big pitch, and sometimes there, we found it actually difficult the first time we came in here against Meath as well, and we gave away too much space, and it's actually hard to cover. If you go defensive there, you'll probably end up scoring very, very little. And but I suppose, look, when you get 4 goals I wasn't really looking at the Limerick side of it. I was just seeing how our lads were making the space and getting in there, and so to say was I surprised, I don't really know, because it was our side of the fence I was looking at.
And I suppose the fact then that 2 of them came from Colganine in midfield, that running through the middle, then when it was created that space by the guys in the forward line, to capitalise on that, like, it shows, I suppose, the fluidity there within the 6 lads creating the space as well.
Yeah, without a doubt. As I said, look, we have been working on it, and they are very, very strong runners, and our 2 halfbacks as well, Matty and Luke are very strong runners, and what we try to do is, give them space that they can run into. And look, today they did, and Limerick didn't have the players back to stop them, and they capitalised on it.
John, you must be very happy with the defence, considering 3 goals the first day against Meath and clean sheets.
Yeah.
Since then.
Yeah, I suppose, look, we got stung badly that day, and look, I think the lads themselves kind of, and we worked in training, and they're determined there every day they go out. The first thing is to try and keep a clean sheet, you know what I mean? Now, we were lucky today in a couple of occasions. Limerick could have got goals there, particularly in the second half, but didn't. And so again, if you don't concede goals, you'll probably have a great chance. Goals are big in these type of games. So yeah, happy that we're definitely happy giving clean sheets. Yeah.
I don't know, are you one like to identify one player particular for? I think Daniel O'Mann, he's really growing into a full back of some stature, isn't he?
Yeah. Like Dan was very good there a couple of years, and again he got dogged with injury, and he's had he had a fantastic Sigerson campaign as well with UCC, and has a great pre-season, and so yeah, Dan is going well, and hopefully they'll continue. Yeah.
John, just a special jersey today, Cork Arc. Any comment on that?
Yeah, absolutely. Sure, look, there's probably none of us in the room or anywhere, even in the lads were saying there, that hasn't been affected by cancer. So, we were absolutely thrilled to be able to support the charity and give it whatever it needed to, to get. So I think it was we might keep wearing that jersey for Cork today through 2 wins. So, you know what I mean? It was and the lads were absolutely delighted to support it, and I hope the charity did well out of it today, because a very, very deserving cause. Yeah.
John, one final question about Daniel O'Mann, his own point. Did you ever see anything like that in your playing days?
No, I go back a long way alright now,
Yeah.
So,
what was your reaction when you saw that?
Well, it probably saved the goal, so, do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
So, look, that maybe if the game was tight, it might have been a bit different, but look,
it was a strange one, wasn't it?
It was. He made a desperate attempt to get back, because I remember he ran about 30 yards to get back in fairness there, and to get a hand to it, and just went over the bar. So we can laugh about it now, in the day like today, but maybe if we were beaten by a point, we might be so happy with it,
Okay, Sean.
Thank you.